floor is yours.
Thank you. I recently was told that I needed to find joy. So my question for you is, how can I wake up in the morning with a positive attitude?
Beautiful question. What did you feel when your kids told you that you needed to find joy?
Probably hurt.
Tell me more about that, if you're willing.
Well, I'm willing, if you don't mind the tears. But don't take it personally. I cry at the Star Spangled Banner. My husband has died. My husband of 63 years had died some 4 years ago. And then I had a very abrupt move from my home of 57 years. And I lost my friends and my status. I didn't have a house to rent. I didn't have anything to do. So I think I fell into the trap that I'd fallen into when my daughter first went away to college, and that is, don't get close to me because you'll go away. Hello?
Hi, I'm still here and I'm with you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was seeing some other people. This is my first foray into this, and it's very interesting. I'm enjoying it. So they wanted me to change because I was reacting in a rather bitter way, feeling sorry for myself, having my own pity parties. And I figured, it's my party, I can cry if I want to. And so my son said, Mom, if I had ever acted like you're acting now, you would have washed my mouth out with soap. So I realized they truly wanted to help me, but I'm having a little trouble climbing back out. And I thought perhaps you might tell me what I can do to be more joyful.
God, thank you, Marilyn, for sharing that. I want to take all the pressure off you. You don't need to be joyful.
Well, I want to be more positive.
Positive we can aim for.
Joyful, the image I have with joyful is a little girl in yellow rain boots, dancing up and down in mud puddles. That's joyful to me.
Well, is there something you do that brings up that feeling that you just described?
No, I've only had it once.
When was that?
Oh, gosh. Does it make me seem very old if I say 40 years ago?
No.
Before you were born.
What were you doing when you had that feeling?
I was talking to a very wise physician who happened to be my neighbor. And my husband had been unfaithful. and I was trying to seek help in dealing with that feeling. And that's when it came up.
That's when joy came up?
Yes,
When you were seeking help for dealing with the feeling of that came when your husband was unfaithful?
yes.
What do you think created that joy?
Probably a certain amount of freedom.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm thinking, sitting with this. First, I just want to thank you for coming on. I think you're bringing joy to the 27 participants here. You're bringing joy to me.
Participants.
What?
I said hello, 27 participants.
um, I'm just going to sit with what you said for a second. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Has there been anything that you have thought about doing that might bring you excitement? Might have flashed through your mind, oh, I'd love to do this, I'd love to do that. This is an interesting idea.
David, I'm somewhat ashamed to say I am a very privileged person. I lived in a big house. I could sleep 20 if I wanted to. I had every amenity. I have been around the world 3 times, either by plane or by ship. I've cruised everywhere. The one thing I hadn't done, and I recently have started, I am container gardening.
Hmm.
What you can't see in this picture is that I'm handicapped. I cannot walk without support. So it's really a chore for me to get out on my patio and around to the water and try and see that these things are cared for. Uh, and when I first started, I have a couple of companions that come in to help me clean up and bathe me and that type of thing. And I said to one of them, we are going to garden. And she said, oh, Marilyn, don't you realize I have a black thumb? And I said, that's all right. I have a black hand and we're just going to do it. So, I've done everything that everyone has suggested. I have a lovely little white dog who went into the burr bush, and now I'm sitting picking out these burrs, and she's not too happy with me. I had 5 children, 4 boys, but they're 3 now, and a girl. And they had 12 children, so I had 12 grandchildren, and those grandchildren have had 10 great grandchildren. And Ross has a son that if he finds the right girl in another year, I can be a great grandmother. But I've done Somebody asked me if I had anything left on the bucket list. No, I don't.
Oh, what? That was an amazing story. Um, Watching you, I felt that you got some joy out of gardening.
How can you get joy out of something you have no idea about? You
Um,
look at it and you say, I'm so sorry for you that you belong to me, because you'll likely die of overwatering or not enough watering or in the wrong place. I'm sorry.
well, I can tell you exactly how you can get joy out of that because you're connecting with the plants. So in feeling like you're connecting with them, you're getting joy.
Oh, I hadn't told them that yet.
They feel that you care. And anyway, I feel you care. And in the caring,
I do. Do you know anything about bonsai?
I watched The Karate Kid the other day.
That won't help.
Huh.
Oh dear.
So I see some joy in you around the plants, and I see some joy in you around the dog, and I see some joy in you in your incredible, prolific grandmotherhood.
Yes.
And all of these things that came up for you when I said, what brings you joy, all have something in common, which is you feel connected to other living beings.
Yes.
And so, in order to find joy, it seems like all there is to do for you is take notice of when you feel connected to a living being, whether a plant or an animal or a human, and notice that. Just notice it. Oh, this is bringing me some joy. And then you can ask for more of it.
Well, that's very good because I feel joy talking with you.
So there we have it. So all we need to find joy is to feel connected to other living beings.
Okie dokie.
And then I want to thank you. And I also want to amend your children's comments, which is their desire to have you find joy is amazing and wonderful and has brought you here into this space. And also, it's okay to cry and have your own pity party if you need it. And and it's okay to not be done if you're not done in your grieving process, then you can keep grieving. And you have an extraordinary ability to go from deep pain into lots of play. You go like this very quickly. So that's a superpower. So you always know that even if you're in the depth of the pain, if you can feel a connection with somebody, it can switch.
Oh, that's good advice.
So
I
don't be
won't.
afraid of the pain. The more you clear out the pain, the more space is available for joy. And by clear out the pain, I mean feel it. And if somebody tells you not to feel it, tell them to bugger off.
No, I'll just send them to you.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Agreed.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on.